Welcome everybody to episode 2 of 0 to 100, where I learn and or improve on skills that I already know until I make $100 off of it. So episode 2, today we will be setting up a database and then checking if a trailer exists. If it doesn't, we'll create it in the database. Right. We ended the last episode off where we set up an export. That'll be important for other scripts like our vehicle shop, where, for example, if we put a vehicle to buy in a shop, i.e. the trailer, then we will be able to then buy the trailer. We add an export, which we'll get to, and then, yeah. We'll see where that goes. So I guess we will start off by doing something I believe important. Right, I want to just make a quality of life improvement over here, because like checks 20 times whether it's set or not, and I don't like it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create variables, say local framework set is false, right? Local target set false. Awesome. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is because of this. I want to do this if not framework set, then we do this, right? So if we haven't set the framework, we set the framework right over here. Framework set is equal to true. Because we've already set the framework, same here. Right, then we're going to do something similar for the target. If not target set, then we do the following. Right, so we're going to start off with a variable called framework set. It is false, target set is false. So it means just that we haven't set our things yet, and we're going to set them. So over here, we're going to say target set is true. Let's do that. And hopefully that fixes it. Right, today we're going to be using XAMPP, which is important for our database connection, as well as HiveSQL, so that we can add tables to our things. Cool. Right. So to start off, we are going to create a new file. I'm going to call it fueltrailer.sql. Doesn't matter what name you give it, just end it with .sql so that we know it is an SQL file. I've already done this before, so I'm just going to copy the code and paste it. Because I don't want to redo a bunch of work and waste time. I'll just explain what it does. So first we tell HiveSQL to use this particular database, so we don't have to physically select it. Then it says create a table if it doesn't exist. Okay, I want the table to be called fuel trailers. Inside of it, I want an ID, right, of type integer, which cannot be null, and it auto increments. Cool. I also want a plate column with variable characters. The default is null, right? We've got fuel storage of type integer, and the default is 0. So 11 just means the amount of digits the integer value may have. Right, our primary key will be plate. The reason we have it on plate is because whenever you have a primary key, it means that no other entry in the table may have the exact same primary key, so it is extremely unique. There are no duplicates of it, and because we're using the plate, we do that because every trailer has a unique number plate. That is why we can use that. Perfect. And then for key, we just use ID. It's a secondary key. Then our engine and auto increment starts at 0. Our default character set is set thing. We're going to save this. Obviously, I've already done it. Come copy it and paste it in here. Press F9, it'll run it. I'm getting a warning because I already have the table. If you don't, you'll see it over here. If you click on it, select it, it'll show you ID, plate, and fuel storage. With a little key icon showing the primary key. Perfect. Awesome. Source. Cool. So we've got our fuel trailer thingy set up. Right. From our manifest, we remember that we have ox MySQL for the MySQL library. Yeah, I guess we can hop into the server to test whether or not the quality of life update actually did anything. Yes, I am a coffee fanatic. I love coffee. That's why I've got a proper mug. Alrighty, fuel trailer, loading the model. Pretty sure there are some things we can do in the meantime. Such as what? Such as what? Actually, ox MySQL functions query. So, Lua, I'm going to copy this because we want to query a result within the table. I'm going to come to server. Over here on create trailer, we will have this particular key. Actually, what I want to do instead is I want to create a section for functions, as well as events, right? And this will become apparent in a moment. This I want to take out completely, and I want to put it in a function. So local function, right? It is going to be check if trailer exists, end. And then I'm going to put the code in there, right? Then on my export, I actually want to call back, like I said before. So I want to take in a plate, I want to take in a model, and I want to have a callback, right? So the callback would just return a value of true, and I guess over here, check if trailer exists, same thing, plate. Let's start with a model, plate, callback, and it'll return a callback. Over here, model plate, let's do model plate, model comma plate. Cool. Right, so it'll check in the database if it exists. Okay, I actually want to call the function check if trailer exists, and whatever I take in here, I just want to pop in there. Actually, function, I believe that's how it's done. Callback? Maybe? I don't know. Actually, I don't know how it works. So we'll have to figure that out. Hop into server so I can restart the script and see whether or not that changed anything. Don't know how long this video's been, which is a problem. Fuel trailer, Cool, restarted it. Over here, Kiwi core set as active framework, Kiwi target set as active targeting system. And that seems to have fixed it. So fantastic. Right. Here we are, once more, in our little test location. Car, trailer. We spawned, awesome source, take nozzle. And it should print something, but it doesn't. Why? Because the last time we left off, we set this to false. We don't want, we want to set it to true. Awesome. Okay. So we created our fuel trailer. Database entry, we can close that. Then we can head over here. Okay, so... We just want to check if this exists. Right, so we're going to only take the plate. Actually, we have to take on the model. Because if it doesn't exist, we need to save it in the database. And the reason we take the model is because we want to compare it with our config file over here. So you'll see what I added is this trailers. We've got the name, the capacity. So I'll just put a little description of it there. And I guess we can do ASCII art and trailers config. Trailers config. Over there. Boom. Done. Some source. Trailers config. Framework trailers. Right, so we've got the models, which is just the models. And we've got this. So name of so we're just saying that this is the name of the actual model, and that it must be here as well as in this trailer table. Right. So over main, over here, response, let's just call it data, because we're retrieving data. Not like to work with that. Right, so what we're doing is we're going to select what? We are going to select plate. We're going to select the plate, only the plate, from not users, but fuel underscore trailers. I believe that's what it's called. Fuel trailers. So we're going to select the plate from fuel trailers. Okay. This is only checking if it exists. I guess what we can do is do both the plate and fuel underscore level and fuel storage. How about we rename it to level? I just think that's a bit more fitting. We'll rename it to level. Refresh. Did it refresh? I don't know. Save, yeah. Of course. Refresh. Okay, so it obviously didn't save. Fuel trailers, boom, fuel level. We have fuel level. Perfect. Right, so select plate and fuel level from fuel trailers, where plate is equal to whatever variable we input. We're going to input the plate, right? Because we want to compare the plates of the vehicle that we're purchasing and one that is possibly already in the whatchamacallit, right? I guess what we can do is add another export, right? Update plate, because we will update the plate at some point, right? Whenever you have like a fake plate script or changing the plate in a mechanic shop, whatever. We want to be able to update the plate, but that'll be something we do later on. Today we're just focusing on creating the trailer in the table itself, right? So we are finding the plate, infill trailers, and it'll save that entire table string in data over here. Don't know how to zoom actually. View? No, view. Appearance. Zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so I'm hoping that allows everyone else to see clearer. I didn't even think about that. I'm so sorry. Right. Okay. So if the data exists, so if it actually exists, then we extract the data, else we're gonna write trailer to db. Right, so I'm gonna go over here and update insert. We're gonna insert an item into the database over here. I'm a bit lost with a zoomed in screen. I'm not used to that. Main, let's borrow our debug line so that in here we can do a debug line and here as well. So debug trailer added to db with plate that dot to concatenate, and we will put plate in there. Okay, we're gonna take that out, we don't need that. Then over here trailer with plate whatever plate concatenating with has been found. Alright, so all this does, it'll just tell us that a trailer with this particular plate has been found, so it won't add it to the database. If it doesn't exist, it will add it to the database and it'll tell us it added it to the database. Cool. So getting the plate and the fuel level. Let's do that. Fuel level, boom, space, concatenate. I guess we do row dot fuel underscore level. Not a comma, but a dot. There we go. Okay. Right. Not first name, but plate. Actually, you're right. We do row dot plate. And not row dot last name, but row dot fuel level. Now that sorts that out. Events. Let us just test this. Add. No. Register net event. Right. We're gonna call it server, because it's a server event, and then we're gonna say check if trailer exists. So a function is different from an event. This will just be the thingy. Add event handler. My language is getting lost a bit. We've taken this event name and we're calling a function, and all this will do is it'll execute this particular thingy, right, without forgetting that it has a callback. which I gotta figure out here. I actually used that in one of my other scripts, but I can't remember which. Ooh. Technically in callbacks, event, I mean, what we can do. Look, some of these videos are going to be a bit tedious because I don't know everything. I'm by no means an expert, so I'm learning. Hopefully you too. I'm scripting how to use function callbacks. Yes. Let's do that. Let's see. Forums have a ton of callbacks. Oh, helps. Help forum things, whatever, man. My language. Right. Add an event handler. Test event call. Function takes in a callback. And then it returns the call. Now we're registering a command function arguments. We trigger an event with argument function and parameter, run parameter end. Okay, I guess. So I guess what this function does is takes in that parameter, but this function is technically the callback, executing this and returning this. That is the function. Okay, well, let's copy this and paste it. That'll probably be a client thing. I guess, yeah. Let's test it over here. Let's not. Let's do that. Just make it that for now. And we will add a second menu option. Right. Let's call it testdb. Right. We're gonna register a new event just for this testing purposes. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm a bit lost, but I'll find it now. Check if trailer exists. Takes in that. Okay, let's just do this. Right, let's call it new trailer. Insert into. I want to insert into which database? Fuel underscore trailers. Right, that is our table name, I guess. So we want to insert into this particular table these things, right? We want to insert the plate and we want to insert the fuel level. Level. Go. Only taking two values, which would be the following. Would be plate and 0.0, because whenever you buy a trailer, we technically want fuel to be 0. And then with plate, yeah. Alright, new trailer. So I just want to check what this says real quick. Over here. Just prints the ID. Sure, we can test that. We can test that. Let's delete that over here. Boom, over here. New trailer. We do new trailer. Okay. So I guess check if trailer exists, and we want to trigger that using our check if trailer exists event. And it takes in a model plate fallback. Pretty sure we need to do that. This is confusing. Okay, let's just don't do the callback for now. Okay. Reason being is because I need to figure that out. I wanna test this real quick without making this way more tedious than it already is. Okay. So we're gonna go to client. Go to test DB. We're gonna trigger a server event. Trigger server event. Our event's name and whatever we enter into this thing. Model and plate. Right. Because the server takes in two variables. The server event. So we're going to give it two variables. Right. The model and the plate isn't defined. So we do local model is equal to get closest vehicle. However, I want to use oxlibs function. Oxlib modules get closest vehicle. This is a shared script or function, but I'll just use it client side. Lib.get closest vehicle. Include player vehicle, let's do false. Max distance, let's do 5.0. Coordinates will be our player coordinates. So player ID would be player head ID. Local, I think it's get entity coords, and we want to put player ID in as the input, so it'll get the model closest to us. And I guess a local plate would be get vehicle number plate text from model, right? Because that is the vehicle. So we are initializing these variables. We're sending it to check if trailer exists. So what will happen is it'll trigger this event here, which would do the following: taking in the model and the plate, giving it to check if trailer exists, right? Then we're triggering this function, taking in model and plate, right? Local data, it'll select a plate and fuel level from fuel trailers where the plate is equal to plate, and then if it exists, it'll just print that it exists. If it doesn't, it'll add it. Okay, with a fuel level of 0. I guess fuel trailers, fuel storage. We'll edit this real quick. Level, fuel level. I guess let's add a new one called fuel max. Right, also an int, maximum 11, default, caps is important here, default is 0, right. That should be perfect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click over here, drop this table so it doesn't exist anymore, refresh, shouldn't be here. Perfect. Then what I'm gonna do is, actually, you know what? Let's just copy this. And we'll do model. Just because. Just because. Right. Now we're gonna copy all of that. Come into this over here. Select all, paste it. F9 to run it. And then if we refresh our database, we shall find fuel trailers over here. Boom. ID plate model fuel level fuel max. There we go. Right. Reason for me doing that is over here. Right. When we check if the trailer exists, obviously we want to know what the maximum of the trailer can be or cannot be. So I want to insert into it the fuel level. Okay, well, I guess. ID plate model fuel level fuel max. I want to do it in that order. Model fuel level and fuel underscore max. You know what? For the time being, let's just test this just to make sure that it works. And I'll get to it afterwards. Okay, so let's do that. Well, it's not going to work because we never triggered the event. Go to client over here. Second, not grab nozzle, but you want to trigger this client event to test the DB. Okay, I want to stop the resource. Stop. FT. Let's see. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't because third eye. Ah, it did update. Okay, so test DB. Just says we triggered that. Then we go to server. Nothing happened. Let's go here. Refresh. Actually, nothing. Oh. Alright, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Check if trail exists. Model plate. Doesn't exist. It'll do this, but no errors are to be found. Going back here, manifest, we do have oxlib and oxMySQL, so it should be working. Library. Okay, let's do this. If we have debug enabled, plate, trailer called with data that. Then at the very least we will see whether or not we've triggered the event. Okay, we did grab the nozzle. Okay, check if trailer exists called with data, so it did input the plate. Okay. And the framework targeting system thing still didn't sort it out. I don't know how to sort that out yet, but we're gonna figure it out soon. Let's just figure this out. Select plate and fuel level. You know what? Let's just select the plate. Okay, the plate is equal to plate. And then we just do that. Because why do we need to take in the fuel level? I know it's important, but fuel level is null. Local data is equal to 8 if data, then that. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's debug it. Let us debug it. Data from table is whatever we do data. It's probably going to give us an error because you can't do that with a thingy, with a data set from a table. Boom, error. I had to concatenate a table value, local data. Okay, so obviously we can't do that. So what can we do? What can we do? We are doing that, but it doesn't even do this for us. That's the problem I'm having. So it does exist. The data does exist. Select plate from fuel trailers where plate is equal to plate from fuel trailers. Edit. Let's copy that. Maybe did not make a spelling error. Check if trailer exists. This is just not doing what I wanted to do. Hello? Data refresh. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna do this. Local. Do that. Do that. And do that. I don't care whether it exists or not. New trailer, MySQL.insert. Wait. Insert into fuel trailers. Plate and fuel level. Values of plate and 0. And then it should do that. Okay, we're gonna restart our script. Wait 5 seconds. Right. Test DB. No errors client side. New trailer 1. Trailer added to DB. Well, it says it added it. Let's go over here. Refresh. Boom. Okay. Plate, model, fuel level, fuel max. Awesome. So that did the trick. How come this didn't? How come? This is annoying. Okay. Local row is equal to data 1. So data 1, that's all it is. Select plate from trailers, fuel trailers where plate is equal to if data, let me think. If it found something, then it should do this. If it didn't find anything, it should do this. So local new trailer, MySQL insert.await this. Text and plate, text and model. Okay, well, my man. Let's just restart it. Let me test it. No errors client side. Over here, trailer with plate has been found. Okay, nearly closed my server. That would have been dumb. Okay, so obviously we're getting the closest vehicle to us. So car, fuel, trailer, spawning a new one. Right, this plate is 80 kpw. Test. No errors client side. Okay, check if trailer exists. Called with data. That is the plate we called it with. Now refresh. And see, that's the issue I'm having. Select plate. I don't know what to do here. If data. I don't know. I don't know. No. Don't know. Can do is this. Let's take that out for now. Just for now. Maybe that is what's creating the error. For test DB. Go over here. Check if it's called. No. My word. Okay, you know what? I think what I'll be doing is figuring this out in my own time, and then we'll just start episode 3 with the solution. Let's call it there for today, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace out.